Imagine having $1 billion fortune at your fingertips. Now imagine losing it all, not to a bad investment, but to a bitter family feud that ends in a courtroom verdict, so shocking it's still talked about today. This is the story of the Johnson family, a tale of immense wealth, unthinkable tragedy, and a legal battle that tore a dynasty apart. Back in the 1980s, J. Seward Johnson Sr., an heir to the Johnson & Johnson empire, passed away. He left behind a massive fortune and a will that was nothing short of a bombshell. Instead of dividing his $500 million estate among his 6 children, he left nearly all of it to his third wife, Basia Johnson, who had once been the family's chambermaid. His children, who had expected to inherit a substantial legacy, received practically nothing. They were stunned, and they were furious. What followed was one of the most sensational and expensive probate battles in American history. The children claimed their father wasn't of sound mind when he signed the will. They painted a picture of a man manipulated and isolated by a younger, ambitious wife. They argued that Basia had exerted undue influence over their elderly father, convincing him to cut his own flesh and blood out of their inheritance. The case became a media circus, filled with dramatic accusations and emotional testimony. The children's lawyers portrayed Basia as a calculating gold digger, while her defense team presented her as a devoted wife who had cared for her husband in his final, difficult years. The trial dragged on for months, revealing intimate and often unflattering details about the Johnson family's private lives. The public was captivated. Was Basia a loving spouse or a master manipulator? Were the children genuinely concerned about their father's well-being, or were they just greedy heirs furious about being disinherited? The lines were blurry, and the stakes were astronomically high. Lawyers' fees soared into the tens of millions of dollars, draining the very estate they were all fighting over. Just when it seemed a jury would have to decide the family's fate, the case took an unexpected turn. Before a verdict could be reached, the two sides suddenly settled out of court. But the settlement itself was the final twist in this unbelievable story. Basia agreed to give the children a fraction of what they had hoped for, around $40 million, to be split among them. But here's the shocking part. After paying their gargantuan legal fees, which amounted to over $24 million, the children were left with almost nothing. In the end, the only real winners were the lawyers. The family was left broken, their relationship shattered, and the fortune they fought so hard for was decimated by the fight itself. It's a jaw-dropping cautionary tale about how greed can destroy everything. It's leaving a legacy not of wealth, but of ruin. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as wild as I did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible true stories. See you next time.